Welcome to the Inner Strategy, the blueprint behind bold leadership. I'm Scott Smith, and this is my short form podcast where every day we're going to tap into timeless truths and modern clarity so you can lead with stillness and strength in our chaotic world. Today's episode is called Endure What Matters, and a little bit of clarity behind the curtain. This is about my 20th take on this particular episode because the dogs are barking, or I keep saying it wrong and I'm stumbling over my words, or I'm stuttering, or I'm mumbling. So we're going to try this again. Endure what matters, because I think this episode is important. So I'm enduring and I'm pushing through because the 27,000 of you that are going to listen to this episode need it. I know I do today. If you accomplish something good with hard work, the labor passes quickly, but the good endures. If you do something shameful in pursuit of pleasure, the pleasure passes quickly, but the shame endures. The Stoics were not anti-pleasure, not at all, but they were pro-meaning. Musonius Rufus, in this quote, lays out a simple truth. Not all discomfort is bad, and certainly not all pleasure is good. Doing something worthwhile often comes with pain. It comes with struggle. There's friction, but the pain eventually passes. The struggle eventually fades, and what remains is the outcome, the impact, and the meaning. But if you give in to a cheap shortcut, like maybe a shady deal, or you compromise your values, you go for that quick dopamine hit, what's left is not the pleasure. What is left is the regret. Now, in our businesses, we face this choice every single day. You can push through the tough call, or you can delay yet again. You can hold your standard, maintain your standard, or you can lower that standard for an easy win. You can say no to a client who is not aligned with you or with whom you are not aligned. Business owners, entrepreneurs, listen closely. You can say no to that client, or you can take the money and feel it later. And I promise you, if you haven't had this experience and you do it, you will. You will feel it later. And I mean, probably over and over and over again later. Here's the quick lesson around that. If you have a client that pays you $100 or a client that pays you $20,000, the $100 client is going to drive you nuts because they think that with that $100, they're paying for $20,000 of value. The $20,000 client knows that they've paid you $20,000 for that $20,000 value, and they will expect you to deliver. And you know what you're going to do? You're going to deliver. The $100 client, yeah, you're still going to deliver, but they're going to be in your head, on your back, in your ear, in your inbox, all over you. Make sure that your clients are aligned with you and you with them. Let's move on. Hard work is what creates lasting results. Now, this was never more true than in the gym. And if you've ever worked out, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. When you're trying to transform your body, you weight train, you lift, you push your muscles, which causes your muscles to break down. That breakdown is very uncomfortable. And it can be uncomfortable in the moment as you're doing it, because if you do it right, you're going to eventually work to failure, which is going to help your body grow. But in that moment, throughout the rest of the day, the next day, and sometimes for days after, imagine, trying to either sit down on the toilet or get up off of the toilet after leg day. You know what I'm talking about. It's sore. You're sore. You hurt. It hurts. And then only through adequate nutrition and rest do your muscles repair themselves and grow. Now, the temporary discomfort that you go through in that moment pays dividends, right? When you do it consistently, it pays off because your muscles grow, your waist gets more trim, your shoulders and chest get a little bit broader, Your butt looks better. Your legs look better. And you feel better. You burn more calories with the muscle than you do with the fat tissue. Active tissue burns more calories than passive tissue. The same lesson is true in our businesses. We're going to have tough calls to make or hard conversations that we need to have. We don't grow, and our businesses don't grow without those things. But shortcuts? How does a shortcut work in the gym? The short answer is it doesn't. It's only the hard work and the focused effort and the discomfort and the pain and the breakdown that bring you the results. In business and in life, temporary discomfort buys long-term dividends. They're investments. Shortcuts are like high interest rate credit cards. They come with compounding interest that you have to pay, and then you find yourself only making the minimum payments. So in the end, you pay way freaking more than you would have if you just bought the thing to begin with. You have to lead yourself and your team and your mind and your body through the hard, because it is through the hard that the growth comes and the good lives. Embrace the hard, do the work that endures, and you will win. That's the message in this long, winding episode today. I believe in you. You can do this. Believe in yourself. Let's go. Thanks for spending a few quiet moments with me today. If the inner strategy helps you lead with more presence, power, and purpose, take a moment to share it with someone who needs it. Remember, your legacy is built in the still moments, and your strength is found within. Until next time, lead boldly, live wisely.